Alright guys, so I'm going to address another question that I've been asked several times since I've had the John Deere WH48A, I think it is, walk behind. You know, a lot of people have asked me my thoughts on that mower compared to the Scag SWZT, and that mower is a 36-inch mower. Not going to compare the deck sizes or anything, just going to compare the two mowers for you. I'll be doing a video on the mowers, kind of a side-by-side in the near future, hopefully. So, but the John Deere had, was it 12 hours when it was gotten. It was a demo mower. It was sold as a demo mower, but it's, you know, if you buy a demo mower, you get full manufacturer's warranty, just like you bought it with 0 hours on it that same day. So the comparison between the two, I'm going to start with the up top with the controls on them. The John Deere having controls very similar to a very similar to a actual sit-down zero turn, you know, in the way they work. If anybody's seen the Toro's Hydro with the dual handles, the V-Ride has the dual handle controls. Same thing with the John Deere. The Scag has the controls that are very similar to the comfort controls that Ferris and Snapper Pro have out now. The EC something or another that the Exmark has. I think they were the first ones with the controls of that nature, but that's the way the controls are on the Scag. Comfort wise, I'm going to have to say that the controls on the John Deere are definitely a lot more comfortable. Ease of use, it's if you're going from like a zero turn sit down, a stand up mower with you know, the similar type of controls, I'm definitely going to say that the John Deere is much easier to operate. It's a lot simpler to get used to. It's very easy to jump over there and go right to mowing, and say not, you know, you really don't need any time to get used to it. You know, I think about 5 minutes on it and you know, you should be good with it. The ECS type controls, or the comfort controls that the Scag have, are a little harder to get used to. It definitely takes some time. Took me some time. I probably put 5 to 10 hours on the mower before I was really comfortable with the controls on it, and truly proficient. And I still have moments now with that mower. I guess it got about 90 hours on it now. I still have moments where, you know, I do something silly and it spins me around, throws me off to the side, or just something, you know, just something silly that happens, and you know, to get away from you. But I'm gonna move on down to the engine on the two of them. They both run Kawasaki engines on them. No complaints there at all. I love the Kawasaki motors. That's what's on my V-Ride. That's what's on my two walk behinds. Couldn't be happier with those. So engine wise, great. Move on down to the frame of it. The John Deere is definitely a heavy mower. It's very, very stoutly built, where the SWZT was built with weight in mind. It was meant to be a lightweight mower for cutting high-end yards, so to say. Low impact. I think it's about 480 pounds on that mower, so it has a very light footprint compared to most of your big walk behinds. So, you know, all depends on what you're doing. You know, day-to-day basis, I probably would prefer the weight of the John Deere. Just it's a heavier mower. than the other one. And then, when it's raining out like it's, starting to do now, and I'm looking at mowing tomorrow, I would definitely say that, in the long run, I would rather have the lightweight mower that the FWZT is on a rainy day, just because, it doesn't have that heavy footprint that the John Deere has. The decks on them, mixed opinions on the deck on the XWZT. It's just a very simple, nothing fancy deck. It's not the Velocity deck or the Advantage deck that Scag puts out. So it doesn't have that really crisp deep stripe to it. I took that deck and actually added a mud flap off of a tractor trailer to it that hangs down about 1 inch. I'm at the point now that I need to replace it. It's been on there probably a good 60 hours of use, and it needs to be changed out, which isn't a big deal. 3 bolts. I drilled 3 holes in the back of the deck, put it in there, so it gave it that defining stripe more than it had. The John Deere definitely leaves one heck of a stripe. Great deck on that. Definitely sturdy built, stouter deck, and both of them seem to discharge well. No complaints there at all. The height adjustment on them, I will say that the Scag has probably the best height adjustment that I've used on a walk behind. 1 pin, up and down, simple. John Deere has the 4 pins like most all of your walk behinds do. It's a little bit more aggravating to change the height. I change height all the time here just because we're in that zone to where we have the fescue yards, we have the Bermuda yards, the Zoysia yards, we have the St. Augustine yards. I mean, just a wide variety of cut heights. So you may change your deck height every yard, throughout the day here, just because we're in that zone to where it's really popular with the warm season and cool season grasses. But so if I had to pick a mower, if I were going right now to buy another walk behind lawnmower, what would it be? If I was gonna buy another one right now, it would probably be another John Deere. And just because it's a little bit of an easier to use mower than what the Scag is. It's a little bit better built, a little heavier duty mower. If you were looking to buy a 36-inch lawnmower to cut small yards with, to have a low impact on them, something that you could really use in the rain besides a push mower or say a 30-inch Toro or Exmark, I would say that the Scag is definitely the way to go. If you're looking for something in that lower price point, under $5,000, and you want a good commercial mower, walk behind, Scag is the way to go. I think those mowers are about $4,300, so price point you can't beat that mower. You still get a great mower. You're getting a great name, and you're getting a Kawasaki motor on it as well. So you're getting a good package. John Deere, you're looking a lot more money. That mower was sold as a demo. It's regularly about $7,200. I got that mower for $5,800, I think. So I got a great deal on it, which is one of the reasons I picked it up. When I did, I just couldn't walk away from it. So mixed opinions. Both of them have their place. Both of them are great mowers. You just have to get out there, demo them, guys. Watch different videos, and really your biggest thing is, what are you gonna do with it? What is your budget? What do you have dealer support wise? I pretty much have everything here, so it's not a big deal. But anyway, guys, that's my opinions on those. Take it easy.